This summer, I want to tell you a quick story about a dog that we found. Our cottage that we go to once in a while on the weekends is located in a place where it's really heavily wooded. And in this area, there's a lot of dogs that are stray. Most of you probably know what a stray dog is. What is a stray dog? Yep.
It's a dog that lives not with an owner.
Okay, dog that doesn't live with an owner. And around where we were, okay, about an hour away from here, there are a lot of stray dogs on the loose. And this one morning, we're waking up and all of a sudden a dog comes running down our shoreline. Now this dog was a little bit different because she was really well manicured. She had looked really good. She had a good collar on her. And we're like, oh, that's interesting. And it came up that this dog's name was Scoop. Okay, so I'm just going to write Scoop up here. And now I'm going to draw my best picture. And now remember, we are growing. One of my abilities yet is not completely drawing, but I'm going to draw my best dog. Looks something like this. Probably a snout. And we'll put a smile on her and some floppy ears. Oh, that kind of looks like a girl-dog mix. Either way, you'll go with it. So this is Scoop. Now, Scoop, I knew, had a previous owner because of her collar. So we call the owner. And the owner doesn't pick up. And they never pick up, never pick up. Long story short, Scoop was from a household, and I found this out, Scoop was from a household where she was raised inside. For 4 years of her life, she had everything a house dog has, which we'll go through. But then her owners cut ties, decided they couldn't take care of her anymore, pushed her out into the wild, and said, go for it, Scoop, you are now on your own. Okay? So, let's now, I know, a little ridiculous, right? But Scoop comes up along our shoreline, and I want you to imagine where Scoop is coming from. First off, where did Scoop live?
A house.
Okay? Lived in a house. And I'm better at this one. Okay? So Scoop lived in a beautiful Victorian home, I'm sure. Okay? But I want to ask you a few things about Scoop. Number one, when it came to the level of difficulty of her life, with 0 being as easy as it can possibly be, and 10 being difficult, what number would she be at for how hard her life was? Thank you for the volunteers. Go ahead.
6 or 7.
So easiness, I'm saying the easy scale is from 0, 0 being the easiest, 10 being hard. You think it's a 6? That's still kind of hard.
Because I don't think it's so hard that
Yeah.
You would have to find food.
Yeah, she doesn't have to find her food, right? She doesn't. What do you think?
I think it's like a 2, because she lived in a rich house with food and water and everything.
Okay, I would agree it's around a 2 as well. Why? Because, let's think of this. What is her schedule? She wakes up with the family, probably around 6, 6:30. They make breakfast. What do they do for her? Deliver her doggy breakfast. They go through. Maybe it's like a mix of chicken, pork, and a little extra protein. They pour into her bowl a specific amount, and away they go to work. During the day, Scoop just hung out. Okay, she might have been in her kennel. She might have been roaming. But overall, the next thing I want to ask you, how dangerous was it for Scoop? So, it was pretty easy. How dangerous was Scoop's life, with 0 being really no threat to 10 being like, you're not going to survive? What do you think? Go ahead. A 9. So you think hang on, I want to review the scale. The scale was with a 0 being really easy, 1 being easy, 2 being easy, and like a 9, super dangerous, 10 super dangerous. What number do you think? 9. So you think that Scoop in the house dog was really dangerous? I know. Okay. So what do you... Hang on. Go ahead again. What do you think? What number do you really think?
1.
A 1. I would agree. How dangerous? What's the most dangerous thing she has? Like, I don't know, maybe tripping, running down the stairs, or... what's that? Yeah, choking on her dog food, which isn't going to happen. Like, it's not that dangerous. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Effort. How much effort did she have to put forth to survive, to make it through the days, and to know that she's going to have a shelter, she's going to have food? What do you think? 0. I mean, why? Because who rescued her? Okay, who did the effort for her? The owners, right? Okay, so the owners are putting forth all of the effort. What happened if there was a setback? What happened if the dog food ran out? Okay, all the puppy chow's gone. That's a setback. What's going to happen? Okay, what's going to happen? Okay, the owners are going to swoop in, save the day, go to Save-A-Lot, Walmart, or the local dog shop and buy new food for them. Okay, so setbacks. Are there really setbacks? No, they're very few. This is the typical house dog, right? Okay, the house dog, the inside dog. I want to compare that today with the dog that lives in the wild. Okay, so the wild dog or the stray dog that we have, many of them around by us where we found Scoop. Okay, and we're going to go a little bit quicker. I'll draw my best drawing again. Snout there. Oh, looks like a clown a little bit. It's all right. I'll put a little bit more of a serious face. Droopy ears yet? Whiskers? Oh yeah, definitely. I will need some people. Not yet. But after class, I need some drawing advice, which would be helpful for how to draw dogs. But here we go. Let's go back here. How easy is the wild dog's life? How easy?
Probably about
a 9. So not very easy. Okay, on how it's pretty difficult. Okay. What else? Let's go through how dangerous. How dangerous is it for this dog, the wild dog's average day? What do you think? Yeah.
I'd say about 9.5.
9.5. So you're saying it's really dangerous. Okay. Why is it so dangerous? Because they've got to wake up each morning in a spot where they don't know if they're safe. The weather is always going to be changing. They might find people's lots. They might live near people who don't like them. There are animals that are predators like coyotes out there. All different types of things that could threaten the safety of them. So pretty dangerous. Next one. Let's look at effort. So our effort scale. How much effort does this dog have to put in to survive, to make it?
Probably 9.5 or 10.
Okay, probably a 9.5 or a 10 again. If the dog doesn't put in effort, if it doesn't try to go out and hunt for food, whether it's eating plants or small animals, what is going to happen to it? It won't make it. It has to put an effort to find shelter. It has to put an effort if it has young ones, okay, puppies, to protect them. Okay, so effort is high. And lastly, what happens to this dog if there's setbacks? Like they thought there was going to be food one day and then all of a sudden there's not. Or it injures its foot or its leg. What happens in challenges and setbacks for this dog? So there will be many setbacks because, like you said, there will be conditions changing day by day. And then it's got to decide, this dog, am I going to do something about it and survive? Or am I just going to let it be and probably not make it? Okay? So here, what's the point, right? We'll get to this. How does this impact you? What happens to Scoop? What would have happened to Scoop if we would have taken her out, put her in the wild, and left her there?
Scoop would die.
Scoop would pass away. She would not probably make it. Some dogs can acclimate themselves, but many wouldn't make it. Why? Because she's used to getting doggy food, doggy lunch, doggy dinner. She's used to having her owners take care of her, look over all of the problems and the setbacks, and all of a sudden that's all gone. She needs to now be on alert. But the thing is, her senses don't know how to be on alert. She needs to give all that effort, but she's not in shape enough to be able to run for miles on end. And what happens is Scoop doesn't make it, okay? Or more than likely, she wouldn't. But how does this relate to you? I want you to think. When you are a house dog, and it is easy for you, or it's not dangerous. Some of your classes in the past, you have not had to put in effort. You didn't have to worry about setbacks. You didn't have to worry about challenges. But what happens when you get put into the wild? For you, what do you think the wild looks like? What do you think it would be? The wild for a human.
Probably an unknown environment with changes that we're not used to.
Awesome. The wild is an unknown environment with changes that you're not used to. It's performance time. Whether you love and want to perform at your best in school, like on the performance day of your final project, or a big presentation, or a test. Whether it's a sport, when the bright lights are on and your team is together and you're out there performing. Whether it's in theater, when the play is coming and you see the fans in the crowd. That is the wild. That is this. But what happens if we don't practice in the wild is that you will not do well there either. So, which one of these, in the end, do you think is the best case scenario if we want to perform the best in the wild? Which one do you have to practice the most in? What do you think?
In the house.
You want to be in the house?
We'll practice, I guess the wild.
The wild, okay, I got you. But we're thinking like the house would sound great, right? Because the house does sound good. It would be nice for it to be easy, never dangerous, not have to put in much effort, and no setbacks. Nobody really wants to fail. But it is here that we need to operate as much as possible. Okay, I've been able to study learning over the past about year and a half. And all the people that I talk to, there is one thing in common with them. Whether it is the sports, the music, the schooling, it's that when you operate more in the wild, when you do things that are new to you, unknown, you grow much faster. And that's exactly what we're trying to get to with this. So I'm going to push you to take on new tasks that are not easy, that are a little bit dangerous. You could fail. You could do them the wrong way. That require a lot of effort. And most importantly, that will have setbacks. But ultimately, you are going to be ready to go into the wild. All right? So, at your tables right now, I want you just to take about 2 minutes. How does this directly relate to you? What is your wild? What is your comfort zone? And what do you need to do? Okay? Thank you for trying this out. Let's go at your tables. You got 2 minutes. Go ahead.